Welcome to Bros at Ringside. We just got finished watching Elimination Chamber, and it was actually really good.
It ended early. They didn't. They dropped that match, the Asuka and Lacey Evans match. They dropped it.
Yeah. Well, they did, but you know what? I can't say anything bad about any of the matches. Like that's the one thing I can't say anything bad about them. They were actually entertaining and good.
The matches were good. They weren't bad. Well, I didn't like the tag team match. That was a wash. That was a wash of a match.
The women's?
Yes, that was a wash.
I liked it. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was boring. Shayna Baszler was barely in it. Then when they finally got when this dude came out, I don't know what's his plan with the storyline. I know he's probably trying to get inside Sasha's head or whatever. But the fact that he passed her that bottle and she was stupid enough to grab it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then she lost to a Samoan drop. That pissed me off.
Oh well. It wasn't that bad.
And then on top of that, they could have had Bianca Belair get up and say, "What the hell is your problem?" Attack her and then set up that match for Mania.
Well,
and they didn't do that. That was missed. No. So they're probably doing it on SmackDown because they're gonna talk shit to each other. Yeah, but that was a missed opportunity.
Well, I mean, it's fine. It was fine to see that the way it ended. I'm okay with that because now it just because they just got the titles back, like Nia Jax and
that's fine.
They just got it back, so I'm okay with them having it because they were on NXT the other week. Actually, they were on NXT,
and that was my thing. They didn't say the winner of the match. They said the people what was it? Dakota Kai and what's her name? I don't even know her name. Forgot her name.
But that's the thing.
They said that match was already set up for this week coming up. So
yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm okay with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler winning. I'm okay with that. But it was good. Who was the triple threat? Was good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh, Matt Riddle." Blah, 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 blah. That was a good match.
I just wanted more out of Matt Riddle. I have no problem with Matt Riddle. I just want more out of him.
Yeah, because they don't. It's normally a squash.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He's always getting ganged up on.
And this one,
this one he didn't get a chance to get ganged up on.
So now, I love the fact that Matt Riddle and John Morrison, they were doing stuff that they did on the independent circuit, and I loved seeing it. Like they've always been a good going against each other. So good. I want to see more of it because they really it's like tit for tat. They really go into it.
Well, you will probably see more because I feel like he would probably be one of those people that'll be like, "Well, open challenge, what's up?"
Right.
So
Bobby was strong. Like he's been great for this last couple of weeks, but this I've seen. I like the way I saw out of Bobby in this. Bobby was great.
They've been making him so overpowered recently because he's supposed to be, but recently he's been so overpowered to the point where it's like, will he even lose? And the fact that he did lose, it's like,
it's how he lost. It's not like he wasn't pinned. He was never pinned. That was a key note. If Bobby Lashley's going to lose in a match, he like in that type of match, he's not going to be pinned, and he wasn't.
You gotta take it for what it is, though.
I already did. That's what I mean. Like, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm saying like the Hurt Business is no fair ones. We're gonna take what we want. So the fact that he basically was cheated out of his title,
right?
He's upset because he got hit with an object.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he was not pinned. So he feels cheated out of that.
Yeah, no.
But the Hurt Business has been doing that for weeks.
I didn't realize it was no DQ neither.
Triple threats is normally no DQ, especially for a title.
I forgot. I forgot it was. And I like the whole thing with John Morrison and MVP. He's like, shut the hell up. Like, he was like, yo, man, come on.
I could have swore I heard him call him a nigga, and then I had to rewind it, and I was like, oh, he didn't say it. I thought he did.
Now he's like, shut the hell up. Like he's like, damn.
No, when like MVP was talking, he was like, man, listen. And I was like, oh, I thought he said nigga.
Yeah.
Let me rewind that.
Oh, man. That was a good match. Bobby Lashley was really good. Really like, yeah, I like the way Bobby looked in this match.
I mean, it was a good match overall. You know what I'm saying? He came out very powerful, and then he was away for a bit and came back very powerful again until at that point they just had to put him down.
He got hit in the back.
That was that.
Who else? Since it was the first one to start it off, we got to talk about the SmackDown
Elimination Chamber.
Oh my God.
That match was so fast because literally I got up for like 5 minutes to go use the bathroom. And I come back and everybody's eliminated, and Daniel Bryan's standing in the middle of the match as the winner. I'm like, there was 5 people in the ring when I left.
Bro, I literally thought they were gonna really give it to Cesaro. I was like, finally, and just to like, nope.
I know you hit me up and you were like, yeah, they're gonna give it to Cesaro, bro. And I was like, wait. I'm like, it don't matter who they give it to. They losing as soon as that match comes up.
What I mean by that, even if they were going to lose,
and I thought they would have gave him. I thought they would have gave him main event. So the fact that they had him come out right after, just to make him look more of dickhead. I mean, it makes sense,
right? But it's like
because that was an ending. That ending with Edge and he came out and the pyro was
that was
going off. He pointed to them. That was an ending shot.
I'm okay with that ending, but. Like the Elimination Chamber in all together, like I'm not talking about Roman Reigns. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the Elimination Chamber, who was inside of it as who was inside of it.
Yeah.
I literally thought that, like, because I was like, are they going to give it to KO again? I was like, no, they not. Because it's too much. It's too much between him and Jay.
That would have made sense, though.
It would have made sense.
Just storyline wise, it would have made sense because it didn't matter who the victor was at the end of that. Even if it was Jay, you know, he was laying down for that belt.
It does matter in a way, even regardless of Roman Reigns retaining the title. It does matter. Just inside the match itself.
What are they going to do with Daniel Bryan?
You have Daniel Bryan.
That was literally a watch.
Hold on. You have Daniel Bryan, Cesaro. You have Kevin Owens, and you have Jay. And Baron Corbin. Obviously, Baron Corbin's not going to get it. I already knew that because it's just not happening. I did not see Daniel Bryan getting it because of, I don't know. It just didn't click. But looking at Cesaro doing what he was doing,
again, the way they had the matches set up, no matter who came out the victor, it wasn't going to fit. Cesaro didn't fit in that match. Sami Zayn didn't fit in that match. Baron Corbin didn't fit in that match. They just had to fill that match up. The only person that would have made sense to win that match would have been Kevin Owens, and he didn't even win. He got eliminated early.
Right. But that's the thing, too. Like, Sami wasn't going to get that shit. But
I didn't even see Daniel Bryan getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? And even if they would have gave it to Sami,
that's what I mean.
If he would have, like, sneaked around the ring, and they would have gave it to Sami because he would have came out on top from him sneaking around the ring. Yeah, that would have made sense, but he still would have got his ass whooped by Roman Reigns at the end of the day anyway. So anyone who would have won that match was losing.
They wouldn't have put Sami in they wouldn't put Sami in a title run, but it's just it's a dirty taste in my mouth. Like, I don't give a shit if Roman Reigns was going to come out at the end, regardless of who's at the end. He was going to come out and do what he's going to do. That's not the point. The point is, I really thought that because Kevin Owens, the point though, because you got no. Listen. Let me finish. Because of the fact of Kevin Owens getting eliminated, I said, okay, it ain't going to be Jay because that wouldn't make any sense. Maybe if it was his brother, probably. I'm not sure. And then you have Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. I'm like, well, Daniel Bryan has been talking back and forth with Paul Heyman during the Raw talks. I mean, the SmackDown talks. So I was like, okay, maybe that works. But then I was like, and then the attack on Cesaro. not too long ago, and I was like, they were beefing up Cesaro a lot, and I was just like, okay, why did that fall flat? Again, it's just they like.
So here's my thing. You're going off of it as a fan when you have to look at the way that they've been normally writing. If they're writing for for Roman Reigns, which has been that it's been with him and Kevin Owens this whole time for the past couple weeks, past couple months, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else that was thrown into that match was a non-factor. Doesn't matter who it was. Doesn't matter if they're supposed to get a title run or not. Because at the end of the day, regardless if Roman Reigns went in there and squashed Daniel Bryan is not doing nothing with that. There's a whole new story now coming out because now Edge is going.
Well, yeah. I mean, he stated his claim.
That match literally was filler. If you wanted to have someone to make sense, there was only two people that made sense to win that match. It would have been either Kevin Owens because of the feud that they've had, or Jay, because then Jay would have just laid down and called it a day.
I don't think he would have laid down.
I think he would have.
You know what's messed up? I honestly thought if he was, it could have been some other shit. Like if he was about to lay down, his brother comes out and tells him not to.
That would make sense. But then at that point, that sets up a completely different storyline, which they weren't trying to do.
Right.
Kevin Owens was the only one who made sense, or anyone who were to survive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they survived the match. Daniel Bryan was in number one.
I'm just glad it ended the way it is. Like Edge chose would be a spear versus spear now.
we knew that was coming, and that's why it was set up the way it was.
It was coming. You know what it was? I think Friday kind of just hinted more at it. Friday SmackDown hinted more at it.
That was that, and what kind of weirded me out for that was that at the end of that match, Edge got involved for no reason. For no reason, he got involved
at the end. It was only at the end though. The match was ended.
Yeah, but he had no business getting involved in the match. No one went after him. No one said nothing to him. He literally just injected himself into that situation, causing Roman to go in for the spear. You know what I'm saying? That ending for SmackDown made absolutely no sense. But it foreshadowed the situation.
They've always done stuff like that.
But normally the person is involved in that situation. They're part of the match, and then whoever's fighting, then the person who has a belt or whatever the case may be, or the person who is like the heel gets the upper hand before the pay-per-view. That always happens.
I would want to say because him and Kevin KO were talking in the back, and they were all buddy and shit.
He spoke with everyone from that match.
Right, he did. Well, except for Baron Corbin.
He spoke with everyone. He even spoke with Baron Corbin.
Yeah, he did.
Spoke with every single person by themselves.
He spoke with them, but on a buddy level, it was more of Kevin Owens was the buddy.
If you go on WWE's Instagram, Edge posted up pictures of Baron Corbin when he was like, look, I was showing it. It was like Edge was showing Baron Corbin how to use a smartphone, and within their interview they show photos of him. I'm probably gonna see if we can get it posted up here somewhere. It's literally they show him photos of Baron Corbin, like the side of his face, and he's like, what the hell, bro? Like, get away from me. Like,
you know what's weird though? I didn't think about this, and it kind of blew past my mind.
What?
Edge has always been like he's always been a SmackDown superstar, and he's made SmackDown like his show for a long time.
When he was tag team, but when he was rated R superstar, he was Raw all the way.
Well, yeah, and then he was still, when he was singles, he was SmackDown as well.
Yeah, when he first became singles, and then after he became the rated R superstar, he was always on Raw. He was the number one to be on Raw. Who
was his last match? It wasn't from somebody on Raw. It was from SmackDown.
His last match? What, like recently?
No. His last title was the World Heavyweight Championship, and that was on SmackDown. And he retired.
He retired on Raw, though.
Yeah, but everybody retires on Raw.
Not everyone retires on Raw. If they're on SmackDown, they retire on SmackDown.
Who else retired on SmackDown?
Beats the hell out of me, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah, but they all retired on Raw because it's the first one. Like that's not even a here or there. But he had a title and he retired on Raw, just like most people retired on Raw because it's Monday. So, but Edge, Edge SmackDown's always been like an Edge show. Like it's always been like Edge's thing. So I should have figured that out, but I didn't put two and two together. But anyway, he stated his claim, and I like the fact how he did it. It was smooth too. Oh man,
that shit wasn't even smooth. That was mad aggressive. I wanted him to pick up the title, but he looked down at it and he was like, nah.
Because it's not his yet.
Well, you know how that is. But I guess that's a heel move.
Oh, wait. You wanted to pick up the title, hold it up, and point to the sign thing?
Well, not point to. He did the point to the sign thing. That was more than enough. But I wanted him to pick up the title. But again, normally that is a heel thing. They pick up the title and they hover over the person. Like this is mine.
Yeah.
This is mine, bro.
Who else? That was the first Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and then the next match was the tag team match.
We already talked about that though.
Yeah, and then the match after that was
what we just saw, the Raw Elimination Chamber.
No, it was the United States, and then it was the Raw.
Yeah, but we went over United States. We already went over that.
It was short and it ended early.
It needed to. Well, yeah.
It's what it's like 9:30, well almost 10 now Eastern Standard Time, but it ended at 9:30 on the dot.
There was a match before that. It's the one that John Morrison was a part of. It was that was the pre-show.
That was the kickoff show.
Yeah, that was the kickoff show.
It was a fatal four-way match to see who could enter that match.
That's what I was thinking about. Oh yeah, it was Ricochet.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it at all. I don't bother watching the kickoff show.
Yes, so it was Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, John Morrison. Wait, is that four?
Elias,
there you go. Elias. It was actually good. It was really good. It didn't drag on.
The fact that I didn't know about the match because they just threw it into the kickoff.
Well, because the whole Keith Lee thing happened tonight, right away. That was like, oh, go out there and do this. That was one of those things where they had to change shit. They changed shit on the day of the Vince McMahon shit. Where they
because they're saying that he was injured on Raw? Monday. Yeah, that's what they said. He was injured on Raw when Bobby Lashley attacked him.
Right, they said that, but we didn't hear anything until today.
They didn't say anything about it at all.
Yeah,
it just happened. So
so it's one of those things where
they must have changed their mind about it or whatever the case may be.
No, it's one of those things where Vince McMahon.
It wasn't a bad match, but
no, it wasn't a bad match. It was Vince McMahon changes things on the day of, and this was one of those things that changed. Luckily, he has superstars that actually can change up on the fly and can perform the way they do. They can perform on change. That's why that match actually was good, because you had superstars that actually know what the hell they're doing. That's why the Fatal Four was actually really good. Like I have no complaints about it. Like there was a lot of spots that were just really good, and it really goes to show that they're not utilized the way they need to be. But the kickoff show was good.
Yeah.
The Raw Elimination Chamber. Now, I didn't realize that they were going to put Drew McIntyre as this. They start off with two, but the third entry. I didn't realize. I was like, oh shit, third entry.
Normally, if the title is being decided in there, they're either coming out third or they're coming out within one or two. I've never really seen them come out like towards the ending of the match, like.
There's been a couple that came out last.
Probably, but normally it's like they're fighting from the very beginning.
Some of them do, some of them don't. It really depends. And some of them, it was like, I forgot which elimination chamber it was, but it was like the person who was. it was like the champion that started off. He got eliminated, and it was like anybody that got pinned was just the champion at that point. I was just like, what? It was crazy. I forgot who it was. I forgot who that was, but that was the last time I ever seen that. But anyway,
like there was like whoever wins the match is guaranteed. We're guaranteed a new champion.
Whoever exactly. So the Raw one. So we have Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton starting it off. Fine. That
Randy Orton getting eliminated like that by Kofi, that was crazy. That was so fast.
Did you not see it, or did you were like?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, wow, that was fast. But
no, what I mean is like, did you expect it, or did you expect?
I expected him to be eliminated, but not like that.
Did you expect them to be eliminated by gang up? Like
I expected him to like get Claymore or something and call it a day.
So you expected him to last until the little.
Yeah, I figured he would have at least lasted till the end. But the fact that he did what pretty much anyone who has an easy like an easy knockout finisher. He did what anybody would. He's a heel. He got eliminated by surprise and RKO'd whoever was standing in the ring.
Pretty much. I mean, he would have did that shit anyway. Randy started. I like the fact that he started off. Jeff lasted a long time in there. I was like, damn, Jeff still couldn't go.
Was there any high flying stuff there? I don't recall.
He was.
I know there was like a suplex or something like that. I know Kofi jumped off the
and Jeff did his finisher off there too.
He did a swanton off the off the cage.
Yeah.
Damn, I think I missed that.
Yeah, you missed that. Yeah, he did it, and I believe that's how he got eliminated too, because he missed.
Oh, he missed. Oh, yeah. So then he got eliminated.
Yeah, and it was pretty high too. And it's not the first time he's done it before. It's not the first time.
I remember when John Morrison climbed to the middle of the cage and dropped down on everybody.
He didn't just drop down. He
dropped. He didn't fucking do like a jump or nothing. He literally looked down and was like, nope, and just dropped on everybody because everybody was huddled in the center of the ring.
I'm just watching the promo, the promo for Elimination Chamber. I forgot who it was, and I don't remember the championship. They climbed, right? And then they like swung themselves and they kind of flipped and went down on. I was like, who the fuck did that?
The only person that could do something like that for that size cage is Rey Mysterio. So that was probably Rey Mysterio.
He don't front flip though. He doesn't front flip. Ricochet front flips. AJ Styles front flips.
Ricochet's never been in elimination.
No, he's not. But I'm just saying, like, what superstar did that? Anyway,
I'm telling you, it had to have been. It had to
be somebody. I can't remember who it was, but anyway,
it had to have been.
I'll look for it
because I know he dropped on this dude.
Kobe did the same thing. He did the.
But that's his infamous jump though.
Yeah,
he goes on the top turnbuckle and he.
What do you call it? The trust fall.
Yeah.
He only doing that shit. The trust fall. He did that. Kofi got eliminated by Sheamus. He got bro kicked.
Oh my god,
it was deadly.
Yeah,
it looked like it hurt.
How the hell did Sheamus get eliminated? Because I looked away from the screen and looked back.
Okay, so
it was just him. What was it? These two dudes in the middle of the ring.
So I'll tell you. So, Randy Orton was the first elimination, right?
Yeah.
He got eliminated by Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
The next one was Kofi. He got bro kicked super hard.
That was
by Sheamus, got pinned, and then Jeff Hardy got he got pinned by who was it? AJ, right? And Sheamus bro kicked Drew, right? Sheamus bro kicked Drew. And right before he was about to pin him, he was talking shit to him, and then AJ phenomenal elbowed him, and then Sheamus is out. And
wow!
And really? Then it was AJ and
with a phenomenal forearm
and AJ Styles at the end. And I was like, That's weird because I almost thought they were gonna let Sheamus and what's the name be the last two, but AJ with the upset. That's the one thing I was like, the upset with AJ.
Yeah, that was
okay. I can accept that. I can accept it.
Yeah, that was.
I thought the dude was gonna come out and do something though. I thought the dude was gonna come out and actually do something for him, like AJ, to the point where he is gonna be the last person. But nope. It was AJ with the phenomenal elbow, and he got Sheamus, and so yeah.
And then we had Miz with the cash in. I told you it was coming.
Well, we didn't just get Miz with the cash in. We got Bobby Lashley that beat up Drew McIntyre. Bobby, and I was like, oh shit, they're setting up Drew McIntyre versus Bobby. I'm like, okay, and then I was like, wait a minute. Oh,
would that be a thing? So who would go against Miz for the title now? It's not going to be Drew because remember they got rid of rematch clauses. That's still in effect, unless they reinstated it. But they got rid of rematch clauses.
They can't put Damian Priest on there. He just got there.
No, that's not going to be a thing.
I hope not.
That wouldn't be a thing.
Would it be Bobby? Whatever deal they made or something like, I don't know.
Could be.
I'm just speculating.
It could be.
Maybe the deal that they made with the Hurt Business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because John Morrison technically kind of screwed over Bobby with his championship.
Yeah.
In a way. You know what I mean? So maybe they'll build with Miz and Bobby Lashley. Right?
Yeah, like you owe him that match, right? Dog.
Yeah, you owe the business
that match, dog.
Yeah, I mean, because technically, if it wasn't for Bobby, they wouldn't even have the title. So maybe we're looking at a triple threat.
We could be looking at that. We'll see.
Maybe Bobby, Miz, and Drew.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this week on Raw. There's no telling what's gonna happen.
See, now it's a big question mark on Raw.
It's gonna be for besides SmackDown. There's gonna be a big question mark on Raw. The only question mark on SmackDown is Bianca Belair. I really saw them winning those belts
this early.
I saw it happening, and the fact that they didn't do it and it was such a cheap win. And the fact that they're still building up Sasha and Carmella, you know what I'm saying? That's still a thing. We don't know.
I told you they were. Like, I don't know why, but
that makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? She's already done beat her already. That makes no sense for them to do it.
I don't know.
And I for sure as hell would hate the fact if they were to do a triple threat match with Bianca. I would hate that. Because she deserves a singles match. That would be a hell of a match. Adding Carmella into that mix would fucking destroy that match completely.
We got one more event, dude. Don't take it off the table.
We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens.
But Bianca still hasn't made a decision, though.
No, she hasn't made her decision yet. And she said, maybe I'll make my decision with the end of this match. And now we don't have a WrestleMania opponent for Sasha yet, and we don't have anything for Asuka yet because again, Asuka is just
she's not wrestling rate. She's
just there. She's just there right now. She was supposed to fight Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans is apparently pregnant, so that's nixed out. So
Ric Flair baby, Ric Flair's baby. Who's
gonna figure that out? So
they do Charlotte and Asuka again. I'm just not even gonna watch it. I like Charlotte and I like Asuka, but we've seen it too many times. I'm like, I don't want to see it.
We'll see. We could, if possible, right before we could get a Becky return and be like, I'm coming back for what I want. Yeah.
No, dude. Nah, you know why? It's too early.
Bro, she's already training.
They just had the baby.
She's already training. She's had the baby for like 3-4 months now.
She had the baby in December.
She's had the baby for about like 3 months now. And By the time Mania rolls
January,
around,
February.
And by the time WrestleMania comes around, it's going to be April. That baby's going to be 4 months old. She's already training. She's been training for weeks.
You sure she's training or she's just trying to lose that baby weight?
No, she's been training.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
So I wouldn't hold that out the table. A WrestleMania return for Becky Lynch, going back for a title that she didn't lose.
Well, she
the person who's held it this whole fucking year, she gave it to her on a fucking silver platter.
Well, Asuka won it. Let's be real about it.
She won the Money in the Bank contract,
which wasn't even a contract. It was the title itself.
Yes. So it was given to her on a silver platter because she had no other choice but to give it up.
She had no other choice, but the fact about it is she won the briefcase, and the briefcase had the title. So that
all right. She's champion. So what about you can't cut out what's the name? Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens when this dude won the title, the Universal title.
What about him? Who?
Finn Balor won the Universal title, got injured, relinquished it the very next day.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens was handed the belt. He won the match, but that was because of a Triple H interference. He was handed the title. So even though she won that match, she said, "You didn't win the contract. You won my belt."
Yeah.
She didn't fight the champion for the belt, so she gave up the belt.
No, she did. She won the belt.
She gave up her belt, though. She had to give it up.
Yeah, well,
so she never lost it. Same like Edge. Edge never lost his belt.
No, he didn't. Wow, he never did.
And that's why he's there. He said it before Rumble, won the Rumble, chose his opponent. He's taking that title off of Roman.
You know what's weird though? Kofi never got a rematch.
Because they stopped the rematch clause. I'm telling you.
It's weird. It's a weird conundrum. But anyway.
And why would you even set up a rematch between him and Brock Lesnar?
No, I'm not
he
even
lost
saying
in 4 seconds. He lost in 4 seconds on my birthday. I was so upset at that shit.
Bro, I was there.
I was ready for SmackDown on Friday nights on Fox. They debuted it, and I was having birthday dinner. I remember this. I went out to dinner. I looked over at the bar. They were playing SmackDown, and I was like, "Oh shit, this place is dope." And then I'm like, "Yo, the match with Brock Lesnar is about to happen." I had just finished dinner. I'm getting ready to walk out the place. As soon as I stepped out the door, I pulled out my phone and I get on the app. Brock Lesnar is celebrating in the middle of the ring, and I'm like, "He lost in 4 seconds, bro."
It was one of the fastest.
4 seconds.
It was
that was the fastest. That was the fastest.
I thought Daniel Bryan had the fastest.
That 18 seconds.
It was 18. Oh, because he kissed AJ.
18 seconds.
Because he kissed AJ.
It was 18 seconds. He was bro kicked, and that was the end of the match.
Okay.
And I remember that too because I was like, "Oh, there's probably gonna be a Divas match. They're not gonna do a title match just yet." Mm-hmm. I went to the corner store, came back. My friend's dad is like, "Yo, Daniel Bryan lost the title," and I was like, "What? That was the match?" Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, bro, it happened. He was pinned 1, 2, 3, and it was over." And I was like,
and you know what's weird? You know what's weird?
We're all puzzled at how that happened.
You know what's weird? People walked out. People were pissed at that because they were like, we paid this money to watch a wrestling match, and this person loses in that seconds." It's to the point where they literally had stopped doing that for a number of years until the whole Kofi thing. And I was like, what?
Because it's Brock Lesnar. That's what makes the difference. It wasn't the fact of that. It was to add shock value for the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Yeah. It was shock value. That shit was all over Sports Illustrated, ESPN, everything the next day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That made sense and it made money.
Yeah,
it made sense and it made money. So that's why they did it. And I understand, but damn, 4 seconds, bro.
Yeah, it's like
you know what I'm saying?
Like Daniel Bryan lasted longer than Brock Lesnar.
Now, I don't know if you watched it. I want to kind of stick a little bit still towards because we already pretty much went over everything.
Yeah.
But what they did prior to the Elimination Chamber was they had a show on the network called the Ultimate Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to peep that?
I did not see it because I was on my way home and I was so busy trying to get home. I was just like,
all right.
I had another podcast I was doing before the hand. And I was like, oh my God.
All right. See you doing work. So here's what happened.
Yep.
They did an ultimate women's
and
an ultimate men's.
Okay.
For the women's, they had Sasha Banks. Let's see if you agree with this, because they literally chose, and like they amongst them, the three of themselves, they chose who they would see in this ultimate match.
Okay, read off the names.
So they had Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Trish Stratus, Io Shirai. Who else did they have in that match?
They had to have Asuka.
Ronda Rousey.
Oof.
And so that's 5, right?
Yeah, it's 5.
Damn, who was the last one? It was someone big.
Asuka?
I don't know. I don't think Asuka was in that match.
Why don't they put Asuka in there?
I don't think they built Asuka in that match.
Wrong. Why? Why wouldn't they put Asuka in there?
Well, they were so the way they thought of it was they try to go for someone who was someone who's current, someone who's like the future, and someone who is the past.
Well, Asuka's current.
She is current, but they went off of Alexa Bliss.
Got it.
Alexa Bliss. For that match, for that type of match, it makes sense, right? And then they went through a process of elimination of how they would who would be eliminated by who, and
so the only person
what matches you can set up after the fact.
So if we're talking about that type of match, the only person, there's two. So if we're talking about championships, there's 2 people with champions. You got Sasha and Io Shirai.
Well, they weren't talking about champions. They were just talking about. They were just in general. Just in general.
Okay.
So they chose Ronda because she's a huge star. They chose Alexa Bliss because she's current. They chose Sasha because she's current.
Yeah.
They did Io Shirai because she's like the most recent person, and then they chose Trish Stratus because she was the old head, the one that would actually put up a fight in this particular type of match. Because you remember, it's an elimination chamber. There's very few women that would be able to handle it, because remember, all of them were divas and they really didn't go through matches like this. It's all the new women that have gone through Hell in a Cell matches, cage matches, things like that. Right?
Surprised they ain't put what's her name in there? Lita. Because she would have been definitely she would have been like
but her versus Trish, I'd go Trish. Because Trish was a champion for a while.
Yeah,
I'm saying, and she was the one that was always like really busting her ass. You know what I'm saying? So Lita did too, but I'm gonna give that to Trish.
And I'm kind of surprised they didn't put well, never mind. She's commentator, so no matter. Anyway, go ahead.
Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, I was thinking about her too.
Yeah, but you know what? You have Shayna Baszler, who was the powerhouse.
Right. That's what I'm. Well,
you know what I'm saying? So you would, if you wanted to add a monster into the men's match, you would choose a specific type of monster. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get to that one.
So who did they have winning, or is my choice winning?
So who did they have winning? Damn, who won that? Sasha Banks won that match. They had Sasha Banks winning. And the way they had it lead up to was they had it where Shayna Baszler came out and went straight after Ronda and made Ronda tap, setting up a WrestleMania match between them two.
Shayna made Ronda tap.
Yeah, that's what they said. That makes sense. Now that's a WrestleMania match on its own.
But it has to be MMA rules.
You would want to see that. No one wants to see Ronda in the wrestling ring, but you'll see that match.
I would want to see that if they can do MMA rules.
I think they would have at that point, since she made her tap, it would be a submission match.
Oh yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Then they showed. Then they said that like they went over like a couple of things. I completely forgot. Io stood in there for a while. She did like a surprise elimination. And then
I can see Io versus
the final two they had was Trish versus Sasha in the ring.
Okay.
And then the way is crazy because the way that the guys explained how she would win is that Trish would go for a Stratusfaction, mm-hmm. and then Sasha would turn it into a bank statement.
Ooh, I can see that.
Right? Having her win at the end of that match.
I would also set up Io Shirai versus Alexa because
that would make sense. But the fact that she's not on NXT, and they were talking about just regular Alexa Bliss. They weren't talking about the psychotic.
They weren't talking about. They were talking regular Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, they're talking about regular Alexa Bliss. They weren't talking
never
about.
Mind, then.
Yeah, they're not talking about. This current Alexa Bliss.
If it was crazy Alexa Bliss versus Io Shirai, I would concede that because Io Shirai went back down from that. She's not type. She'd be like, "Oh, you're crazy.
You crazy? I'm crazy too, bitch.
Crazy too.
Exactly.
Like, are you crazy? I'm crazy too, bitch. It would be like a match of craziness, and it would just like match your crazy with my crazy. I can see that, but oh man, that would be awesome. But
now,
regular Alexa Bliss, nobody cares.
Now the men's match. I want you to guess at least two people that they had on that list.
Drew McIntyre, Goldberg.
Negative, sir.
Really?
Try again.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels was one.
Triple H.
Triple H was one.
There you go.
Okay.
I you know what it is? Here's the thing. When it comes to people that like a fantasy wise, Shawn Michaels and Triple H are always going to get chosen.
Of course. Who was someone that you?
Do you know who else always gets chosen? The Rock that gets chosen too, and so does John Cena.
And The Rock didn't get chosen. They spoke about John Cena, but they didn't. They were like big for this particular match. Big match. John is not allowed, so they cut him out of it completely. Their third choice was Edge, because he was the ultimate opportunist. They're saying the ultimate. Opportunist
Edge now or Edge back then?
Edge back then. The Edge that would bitch out and hide in a corner for the whole match and then come out for the victory.
You mean he would do spears here and there and then hide out? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what they said. So ultimate opportunist Edge, which he's still the ultimate opportunist, but ultimate opportunist Edge, the one who would like kind of hide in the corner for the whole match until
lead the Edge
opportunity.
Yeah, lead the Edge.
So they had him. Then they were like, we need to choose a monster. But they were like, if we choose a monster, it has to be someone who either hasn't seen an Elimination Chamber match or has been in one.
That'd be weird to see.
So they spoke about Kane. They spoke about, Ron and all that stuff. But then they ended up going further back. Like further back. So their choice was either between Macho Man Randy Savage or Sid Vicious.
I don't need him breaking his leg again, so no.
So they went with Sid Vicious.
No, definitely not.
You have to see their explanation. I'm not going to go over it, but you have to see their explanation of how. And you know what's funny? The victor for the match was Sid Vicious.
Definitely not.
They build Sid Vicious to win.
Never.
You got to watch it, and then you'll understand. Because at first I was like, that's bullshit. If anything, I would have chosen like fucking Austin or something like that. Austin's never even seen Elimination Chamber.
No,
yes,
never.
Because he was a monster.
Yeah, he also broke his leg.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about when he was healthy. We're talking about when he was healthy and he was able to do what he was doing.
Yeah, he was healthy before he did that too. But anyway,
So who did they close out with? They added Kofi in there. And
I even would add Bobby to that list. Because
they spoke about Bobby Lashley, but they were like, nah, not for what they were looking for.
Yeah, but okay, so that seems a little unfair.
Wrestling machine Kurt Angle.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, woo.
Wrestling machine Kurt Angle. Not Kurt Angle now, not Kurt Angle when he first came out.
What Kurt Angle you talking about?
Wrestling machine Kurt Angle. The one that came out with the mouth guard and shit.
You're talking about TNA Kurt Angle, the one that's ruthless.
The one that just before he left WWE and went to TNA. That Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that
healthy Kurt Angle.
That one was dangerous.
Yes.
See, and even in that, see, here's see when they said Sid Vicious, I'm saying no because I'm like, okay, that's a monster, but
I said no too.
I'm still saying no because I'm like, okay, if you're gonna add Sid Vicious, why not Bobby?
They wanted to go with someone who has either never seen it or someone who it was like.
Bobby's never been in Elimination Chamber.
Who would belong in that type of match? Because they even brought up Brock Lesnar and they were like,
Brock never been in one neither.
Yeah, they even brought up the fact of Brock Lesnar, but they were like, but Brock Lesnar, even though he was around, like he's been around for a while.
Goldberg's been in one. It would been in two.
It wouldn't make no sense. I remember Goldberg when he speared Chris Jericho through the glass. Remember?
And the other one he speared Edge.
Yeah.
So Goldberg's been in them.
Goldberg's been in one. So they were trying to go. They were trying to go for someone who's never been in one.
Bobby and Brock Lesnar's never been in them. So I mean,
yeah, but they were looking for someone that was older, like who's not a part of like this current generation. They're still current in a sense.
They say Sid Vicious, but why?
It was between Randy and Sid Vicious. You have to watch it. Once you watch it, you'll see.
I'll watch it just to see why
You'll see why. You'll see why. So I want to go off of that, and I would want to see who you would pick to be inside your ultimate Elimination Chamber match. And we'll go top 6. We won't go into explanations. And then we'll decide a winner. We won't decide all the eliminations. We'll decide a winner. So 6 and a winner.
Okay, so my ultimate one is Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
I definitely will put Bobby in there.
Okay. Come on, bro. You were supposed to think about this, dog.
No, I know. I'm thinking because I'm trying to think. I'd put Randy in there, definitely.
Randy? Okay. I can see Randy in there.
The Rock.
The Rock has no place in a match like that.
Yeah, he doesn't because it wouldn't benefit him anyway.
He has no place. That's what I'm saying. Like you see where it gets tricky because you're like, I would put The Rock in there off of pure talent, but he don't belong in a match like that. He don't even belong in an elimination chain at a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Who else? I'm trying to think. I'm like literally going through a dial in my head. Like who?
All right, so you gave me 2 older people. Give me someone current, someone that you would.
I said Randy. Flourish. I said Randy and Bobby Lashley.
Oh, Randy. So yeah, you gave me 3. You gave me 3 people that are.
I said Shawn Michaels.
But you gave me 3 people that have been in a company for years.
Okay.
So give me someone new that you would want to see in there that could probably flourish in that match.
New?
Give me someone new. Like you could go new.
Keith Lee.
Okay. But then you would have 2 monsters in a ring. That's one you normally want to have 1 monster, not 2.
Yeah, I like having 2. You know what it is because two can even the playing field instead of just having one that can go, because we saw what happened with Shayna Baszler was in the Elimination Chamber. She dominated the whole thing. You want to have two.
Yeah, that's different though, because while she was a monster, it's all women. You know what I'm saying?
She was a monster. There was no one to really.
Bruh.
You can't put one monster in there and
because even the one that when they explained Shayna's part in it, like her goal was literally to take out Ronda, and as she celebrated in the ring, she got taken out with the quickness.
Granted, but when you watch,
if you put Bobby Lashley in there, he is going to tear everyone to shreds.
Not if
then you put Keith Lee inside of it. Keith Lee would now go after Bobby. They're gonna go after each other, and then they're gonna go after.
Yes, I like having two monsters.
But then you have one big dude that's still in the ring. They're trying to beat, and everyone's already trashed.
Yeah, well, I like having.
I would understand if they all went and ganged up on Bobby.
This is my thinking. This is what I like.
All right,
so I like.
That's cool.
I like having two monsters.
I get it.
Now
you got two more people.
Now you see now. Now this is just WWE we're thinking about, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
KO.
Okay.
And I know I'm going to turn some heads with this one, but I would definitely say, because I think of him too as an ultimate opportunist as well.
Come on, spit it out.
Adam Cole.
Okay. See, that I would agree with you.
Because
I would agree on that.
Adam Cole is the ultimate opportunist, and he's not no slouch. He's like the new generation he's the new generation Shawn Michaels, and he just he's like Shawn Michaels, but he's also like Randy in a way, because he can, you know what I mean? So it would be very crazy. And he's wrestled Keith Lee before. He never wrestled Bobby. He never wrestled Randy. So it would be very new dynamic. But he wrestled KO.
Yeah, that's the point we're trying to get at with that.
Yeah, he wrestled KO, right? Even in the independent circuit. So they have a history. So, but it would be weird because some of them have never wrestled each other. So
you don't want to go off of what they've done. You want to go off of how they normally are in the ring.
Yeah.
So Adam Cole would be a perfect fit for an Elimination Chamber match.
Definitely.
I see that.
Yeah. Because I was thinking Johnny Gargano, but Johnny Gargano wouldn't be able to.
Johnny Gargano, hell yeah. If I wanted to put two people from new school, Johnny Gargano
and Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. Hands down. Johnny Gargano will hold his own in that match against anybody.
Yeah. Because I would think, what's weird? I would love to see Johnny Gargano versus AJ Styles. I would love to see a match, just them by themselves.
Yeah.
Just on pure talent alone.
Well, if he goes to SmackDown, then we'll see.
He has a title. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, if he ever goes to SmackDown, we'll see it. But until then, it is what it is. I see him going to SmackDown too. I don't see him going to Raw. They would definitely put him. Adam Cole.
Well,
Adam Cole would be
anybody from NXT who. No, except for Damian Priest. Damian Priest is on Raw, so I don't know. But yeah, that's my choice. That's my choice, and you guys can choose who you choose to put that down in the comments below. Who would be your ultimate Elimination Chamber roster? Women and men. I like the selection. The only thing that I like the selection that he chose, but I wouldn't put If it's Alexa Bliss, I'd have to go with crazy Alexa Bliss. I can't go with normal Alexa Bliss because
you would go with Alexa Bliss, who was like in charge of everything and dominating everything. She was a champion for a while. You know what I'm saying?
See, but I want to go with
dominant. You want dominant Alexa Bliss. You don't want the Alexa Bliss that just started. You want the Alexa Bliss that's been dominant. You don't want to put crazy Alexa Bliss because again, you don't want two monsters in the ring. You want one.
I like two monsters in the ring. That's the thing. I do.
I'm telling you right now, it makes no sense. And the only reason why two monsters in a ring make no sense is because now everyone's already beat the shit from the first monster, and now the second monster has to get dealt with. Now, if the monster's a face, you're gonna want to see that monster thrive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Braun Strowman. If they put Braun Strowman in the match right now, I guess he would be considered a heel. But
I don't know.
The way he's been acting, he's heel.
I
you know what I'm saying? But
I guess so.
If you would put face Braun Strowman in there, and then Bobby Lashley in there, and then Bobby Lashley went in there first, when there was already 4 other people in the ring, all those people are getting dominated.
Maybe, we don't know.
And then he would have probably eliminated 1 or 2 of them. Braun would have came out. Them 2 would have clashed. You know what I'm saying? Braun would have been casted aside somewhere, real quick. Everybody else would have jumped on Bobby. Bobby would have got eliminated.
But it's never like.
And then now you got to worry about Braun Strowman.
Yeah, well, it's not like we never had 2 monsters in Elimination before, so they've done it before, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like
that's my choice.
Yeah, it's your choice. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying, for me, it wouldn't make no sense to have 2 monsters in there, because a lot of times if they're not in the ring first, whenever they do come in the ring, they're targeted.
It's always like the Royal Rumble too. The big guy gets targeted.
Big guy gets targeted, and it is what it is.
And I'm fine with that.
You would not be cool with them all targeting Keith Lee and him getting eliminated early.
But he wouldn't be the only monster. He wouldn't be the only monster. That's why.
Yeah, but both monsters eliminated because everyone ganged up on them. Come on.
Maybe. No.
You get upset because that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Maybe.
They'll go after Bobby first because they got the big help. Now they gotta go after the second one. So as soon as they find his weakness, is a wrap for him, and then the rest of the match ensues.
I mean, it's a will.
Unless it's written in the cards for Keith Lee to win that match.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it's written in the cards for him to win that match.
Maybe
There's no way of telling.
It's a toss up because when it comes to choosing who's in the Elimination Chamber, it's always there's 2 big guys, but it's always the opportunist that's in there that really gets the win. As we saw that tonight, where AJ Styles pulled the upset and got it on Sheamus.
But he didn't get the win though.
No, he doesn't have to get the win. That's the thing. He never really has to get the win. Some people don't have to get the win. They just have to get the upset, and which changes the dynamic of the match. And there we have it. That's all you.
Once you saw that Sheamus got eliminated, though, you could already tell that Drew was winning that match.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
not really, because what I thought was, hear me out. What I actually initially thought was when I actually thought Sheamus was going to win it, but the fact that he didn't win, I was like, okay, so AJ. I was like, oh, the big dude. So we're going to do the whole Shawn Michaels Diesel thing again.
He was ejected from ringside, though. If he was still out there, that's a different story.
And but sometimes that don't matter, though. That sometimes don't matter. It doesn't matter if they
normally don't come back once they're ejected from ringside.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes, but not in that circumstance.
He's too big. We never seen that dude run. I'll tell you that. But
I'm pretty sure he'll bust his ass because he looks like he's some lurch ass nigga.
Bro, he's not Titus.
Bro, he moves around awkward like Titus, so I'm pretty sure he would have busted his ass.
And nobody trips over themselves running.
That's besides the point.
Anyway.
So I think I'm cool with your selection. The only person that I would possibly change from that list would be I would get rid of Keith Lee.
Nope.
I would personally get rid of Keith Lee. Not because of the monster thing. I just will personally get rid of him. He deserves to be in a match like that. But I wouldn't see him in that match. Who did you have after him? Oh, Randy was in there too, right?
Not on my list. Oh, yeah, Randy Orton, yes.
Yeah, Randy was in that list.
When you say Randy, I'm like, sometimes I think Savage. Randy Orton, yeah. So Randy, I would, as much as.
So, all right, I'll keep Keith Lee in there. I'll get rid of Shawn Michaels, and I'd put Steve Austin in that match.
Nope.
That's the only thing that I would change. I would put Steve Austin in that match. The only reason why I would put Steve Austin in that match, he's never been in a match like that, but he would thrive in that match because he would be the Randy in that match. You get what I'm saying? He would be the Randy in that match. Say no. Randy, all right. If I were to put everyone in the ring, we'll start off with Randy Orton and
this is on your list.
No, I'm sticking with your list.
But I'm okay with what I got.
You're okay with your list. I'm just adding on. So I would start off with Randy, right? Randy and who's another person you had on your list?
I had KO. I had Adam Cole.
Oh, so I'll start off with Randy and Kevin Owens, right? Yeah. That's gonna be a hell of a match.
Yep.
Then we'll see Bobby Lashley come in. Mm-hmm. He'll toss them around real quick.
Except KO. KO can
he'll handle his own for a bit, but then you'll see him start getting tossed around.
Yeah.
Then we'll see Adam Cole come in. Now he's sliding around trying to getting on everybody's nerves. And then Bobby Lashley goes back in for the kill and starts demolishing everybody. Mm-hmm. Adam Cole then rolls up Bobby Lashley. Surprise elimination. We still got Keith Lee coming into the match. Mm-hmm. Keith Lee then comes into the match. He's dominating. He's going after the heels. He gets rid of Randy Orton. We still have 4 people in the match. Stone Cold comes out and starts handing out stunners to fucking everybody. Now he's in that match and he's going nuts, getting rid of everybody. He gets eliminated early though.
By KO because he stuns him.
You know what? I mean, I don't think I would go that far.
Hey, if Steve Austin gave KO the go to use that move and it just turns out he used it against him to get the win, fuck it. I
don't think I will go that far, but that would be good to see. You know what I'm saying?
That built WrestleMania right there with just.
So is it stunner versus stunner, bro? I'd be so upset at that, but I'd be like, I get it. You gave them the fucking thing, bro. Exactly. You gotta understand it.
Yep.
And at that point, I think he'd be like, I got you. And he'll
I got you.
He'll take his lickings and just walk out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you back.
I got it. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would see it going. So Shawn Michaels makes sense, but you gotta see the fucking thing, bro. I'm
gonna watch it.
Gotta see it.
Because then what's weird? If Shawn Michaels is in there, that sets up for Shawn Michaels versus Adam Cole. And that.
I'm gonna show you. Yeah,
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Prime Shawn Michaels, and the Shawn Michaels that they explained, like the Shawn Michaels that they described, was 2002 Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels.
Brown pants Shawn Michaels?
No, Shawn Michaels that came back from injury and had a death wish and was going after Triple H every fucking week.
Yeah, brown pants Shawn Michaels.
Right? No, you sure that was brown pants Shawn Michaels?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It was brown pants Shawn Michaels. Trust and believe. It was brown pants, brown tights Shawn Michaels. It was the most ugliest costume he's ever worn. One of the most ugliest ones. I was like, ugh. It was right before he started doing the red and black with the red and black Texas pants. That was the brown tights Shawn Michaels. Because he was in Elimination Chamber, he wore those things. And he
had the short hair.
Ugh. Brown pants Shawn Michaels.
But I mean, we're not talking about the gear. We're talking about the fucking person.
That's how I picked. We're
talking about the gear.
That's how I remember.
Get your ass out of here. It's not like brown pants Shawn Michaels was trash. No, he
wasn't trash. Just about
he had a death wish. He came back from injury and was like, "I'm taking everybody to hell with me."
Yeah,
that was the Shawn Michaels that we had.
Yeah, I remember that.
That unsanctioned match that they had at freaking SummerSlam 2002.
Yep, that's right. That's how I remember.
He came back.
That's how I remember Shawn Michaels. It was like brown pants.
That's besides the point. Y'all like everything that we said, or if y'all have a problem with what we said, let us know in the comments. And we'll get back to y'all on that.
Yep. Look.
Make sure that we try to get more of these out for y'all. If whatever happens. But thanks for watching, and we will check you guys out on the flip side.
Later.